class of 20 and other members of the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall community during our annual Baccalaureate ceremony. My name is Lance Conrad, and I'm the very, very proud head here at CHCH. And it is my privilege today to honor and to first welcome members of the CHCH class of 2025. Along with the class of 2025, I'd like to welcome parents, guardians, faculty, staff, students, trustees, advisors, alumni, families, and friends that are joining us both in person and all around the world through our video live stream today. Greetings. Beginning in 1857 and continuing throughout much of the 20th century, the pending graduates of Chapel Hill School gathered in our old stone chapel over the hill to participate in a baccalaureate ceremony on the eve of their commencement from the well-respected all-girls school here in Waltham. It was very much a time-honored tradition that disappeared for several decades with the merger of Chapel Hill and Chauncey Hall in 1972. Chauncey Hall, on the other hand, an all-boys preparatory school established in Boston's downtown crossing in 1828, held similar exercises for nearly 150 years, known as anniversary exhibitions. The exhibitions required graduates to spend 2 days before their commencement exercises displaying competencies in various subject areas, including English language, classics, mathematics, and even penmanship. Moreover, each graduate was required to participate in the second day's exercises and declamation, whereby all prospective graduates would, in essence, present senior speeches, 35 in total that first year in 1828, beginning with the salutatory address and then closing with the valedictory address. The distribution of medals and prizes would commence thereafter. While we look forward to our salutatory and valedictory addresses tomorrow and our highly anticipated commencement exercises, this afternoon baccalaureate ceremony celebrates the academic and community achievements of our students, as well as several other members of our community, including faculty and staff. I thank you all for joining us and hope you will salute several members of our student body for their well-earned accomplishments during the 2024-25 academic year. At this time, I would like to introduce our senior class host, as selected by his classmates, Alex Panos.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. My name is Alex Panos, and I am your student host for this afternoon's baccalaureate celebration for the class of 2025. The Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall class of 2025 is more than just another group of seniors moving on to the next step. We are exceptional. We are a group of passionate, unique, and resilient young people who have already accomplished incredible things. We are the future of the world. We are the first class since the class of 1924 who attended high school on the tail end of the Spanish flu to attend high school immediately following a global pandemic. Unfortunately, none of those people can tell us about this experience because the vast majority of them have been dead for several years. So, I'll share a bit of our experience. Most of middle school was spent only seeing the top half of people's faces and hoarding toilet paper. After that rather unpleasant experience, we bravely marched into high school, ready to contribute our various special talents and passions to this extraordinary community. Every person here brings something new and special to the table. We have incredible award-winning athletes, inspiring artists, profound community leaders, and the creator of what I believe to be the best cookie recipe in the world. Because we have already accomplished so much, it is hard to believe that we are just beginning our incredible journeys. After 4 years of rocking the launch pad, it is finally time to blast off. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall class of 2025. I would now like to recognize all members of the class of 2025 by reading their names aloud. Please hold your applause until the end. Nate Aharonian, David Eisenberg, Sarah Rose Antonetti, Max Bairn, Ava Carley, Walden Clavena, Eleanor Constantino, Calvin DeWinter, Nathaniel Dodge, Alice Fleming, Grayson Gordon, Olivia Rachel Gordon, Cole Hitter, Anastasia Hodge, Jalen Johnson, Sanai Kasai, Matthew Karugaba, Adamus Klinga, Alice Kokoschka,
Yes, Alex.
Duke On Lay, Camilla Lasarbe Olivares, John Logan, Delilah Juanitez Lopez, Comet Lowry, Scout Rose Lowry, Xavier Marsh, Sam Matloff, Zane McConaughey, Aiden Meyer, Katie Mercier, Alex Moody, Olivia Jean Oakes, Samuel Pacheco, Alejandra Palmer, Alexander Thomas Panos, Clara Park, Jaime Piarales Lopez, Cyrus Rumpelakis Perkins, Gemma Pike, Tobias Reen Rybicki, Raya St. Germain, Daniela Scalmana, Brooke Sherman, Molly Steffen, Jared Schwartz, Maria Tarasenko, Kami Telemak. That's what it says. Zoe Theodoru, Isis Tycona Johnson, Anna Webster, Xavier James Cadet Witherspoon, Tin Xuan Ye. Yeah! All right. Okay, now I'm going to introduce our faculty speaker. It's my great pleasure. He hails from the distant land of South Africa, where he is widely known for almost spilling soup on Nelson Mandela. Following that, true story. Following that, he came to the U.S. to start a new legacy teacher. To start a new legacy as an English teacher here at CHCH. He made an immediate impact on our school as an incredible English teacher, an inspiring role model, and a kind and generous person. He also now handles soup with the utmost caution and care. Unanimously loved and respected by students, faculty, staff, and parents, please welcome Mr. Graham Peel.
Thank you, Alex. I'll give you my Venmo later. All right, good afternoon, everyone, families, faculty, esteemed guests, and most importantly, folks who are this close to trading homework deadlines for figuring out how alumni donations work. The amazing class of 2025, you made it. Seriously, take a look around. You've survived impossible deadlines, endless turkey tips, fields of goose poop, and figuring a way to ask for that 5th extension for that essay. Deep breaths, you've done it, well done. It's truly an honor to be up here. When Mr. Abrams first told me that you'd selected me as speaker, I was a little confused. Are you sure? They know that I can waffle on for hours about symbolism, right? But honestly, seeing you all here from the stage, excited for where you go next, is an honor and a privilege. You've spent the last decade or so swimming around in this giant pool of expectations. It feels like there's this cosmic checklist that teachers and parents check daily. Good grades, high SAT scores, get into the right college, curate the perfect Instagram feed that somehow suggests that you're effortlessly iconic, low-key slay, and incredibly interesting, while also rescuing kittens in your spare time. The pressure's real. It's like the world keeps shouting, prove it. Prove that you're worthy enough. Well, I'm here today as your mostly friendly English teacher, someone who literally grades things for a living, to tell you to rip up that checklist. Here's the truth, the core theme of my speech today. Your value is not determined by that list. It's not something you can earn with a diploma or an acceptance letter or a future paycheck. Your value is inherent. It was there when you were figuring out multiplication. It was there when you awkwardly fumbled your way through that presentation that Dr. McPhail watched judgingly. It was even there, believe it or not, when you accidentally replied all on that email. You right now, sitting under this tent, are fundamentally, unequivocally, already valuable. You just are. You're enough. I know, this sounds nice. Maybe it sounds like something from an Olivia Oakes inspirational poster, probably featuring a goose in sunglasses, telling you that you're slaying life. And maybe part of you is thinking, easy for you to say, Mr. Peel. You're not the one facing 4 more years of judgment from scary old professors, or facing my snarky college roommate. Well, fair point. But think about it. When do you really do your best work? When do you feel most alive, most engaged? Is it when you're grinding away purely because you feel you have to? Or is it when you're terrified of failing, when you're so terrified of failing that the easiest thing to do is nothing? Just procrastinate endlessly until the panic finally overrides the fear. Or is it when you get lost in something, a project, a hobby, a ridiculously complicated video game, or a song that you're learning the chords to because you genuinely want to, because it sparks something inside you? That brings us to the paradox, the wonderfully weird twist in the plot. When you stop trying so hard to prove your worth to everyone else, when you let go of that exhausting performance, you actually unlock something way more powerful. The freedom to be driven by your own curiosity, your own passion, your own, I wonder what happens if I try this energy. It's the difference between forcing yourself to read chapter 7 of that book your English teacher assigned you for a test that you absolutely have to pass, versus suddenly realizing it's 2 a.m. because you accidentally fell down an internet rabbit hole learning everything about, well, I don't know, the history of competitive cheese rolling, Walden, just because it unexpectedly grabbed you. The source matters. And here's the secret. That internal drive for that doing it because you want to energy, it doesn't just feel better. It often leads to way more interesting places. It fuels creativity in ways that external pressure never can. It builds resilience because you've invested in the process, not just the outcome that someone else defined. It leads to a more authentic connections, and ironically, often to the kind of success that doesn't just look good on paper, but genuinely feels good. Trying really hard to be cool never works. Trust me. Being authentically you, that's where the magic happens. And this isn't just theory for me. My own path here, as Alex gave you a very abbreviated version of, is proof of the strange paradox. I started out on a very sensible career track, safe, predictable, a couple miles down the road from my house. But a desire to see the world kept nagging at me, so I veered off script. I spent years teaching overseas, living in 7 different countries, traveling through many more, not because it was the smart or expected move, nor was it because I somehow wanted to find myself in the greater world, but because I genuinely craved learning and adventure. It wasn't always easy, and it certainly wasn't the path focused on traditional proving. Yet, following that internal compass ultimately led me right here, to this stage, and to this moment here with you. And I wouldn't trade that journey for anything, because it brought me exactly where I needed to be, feeling incredibly grateful to be a part of your story today. I just returned from Disney. On our last night, the final show urged us to find yourself, become who you were meant to be. I'm offering you a slightly different take, albeit with fewer fireworks. What if you already are who you were meant to be? Think about it. Beneath it all, you've been there all along. You're not some mythical creature that you have to hunt down in the wilderness of your 20s. You're in that spark of curiosity that makes you wonder about something random, the empathy that aches with your friend's tears. You're in that goofy moment when you laugh so much your stomach hurts. Your challenge then isn't about a frantic quest to become this ideal self, but more about getting quiet enough to hear the self that's already there and being brave enough to trust it. When you strip away the fear of not being enough, what's left is incredibly kind, creative, and resilient. So as you step out into whatever comes next, new campuses, new cities, maybe just figuring out how to do your laundry more consistently, try to keep this in mind. When you're choosing your classes, your friends, your path, ask yourself, am I doing this just to check a box, to impress someone, to prove I'm valuable? Or am I doing this because it genuinely excites me and scares me in a good way? Because it feels like my story to tell. As your English teacher, I've made you analyze complex narratives. Now you get to be the author and protagonist of your own. Class of 2025, you're stepping out into a complex world in crisis. There will be challenges. There will be days that you feel lost. But please carry this with you. You don't need to spend your precious energy proving yourself or proving that you deserve to be here. You already do. Your value is your starting point, not your finish line. So get out there. Be curious, be kind to others, and maybe even more importantly to yourselves. Make mistakes, learn from them, revise your story. Pursue the things that set your soul on fire, not just the things that tick a box. Trust your worth. We're all so proud of you, not just for what you've done, but for who you already are. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Please join me now in welcoming our student speaker. As a student, friend, and athlete, this person is widely known as a winner. He's incredibly intelligent and hardworking. He's an internationally ranked chess player. He works at a biophysics lab in UMass Chan Medical School. He is an international ambassador to our school, and he is an exemplary representative of the school's values. He is among the kindest people I've ever met, even when he beat me blindfolded at chess. It is an honor to present David Eisenberg.
Well, from the beginning, Alex, thank you. From the beginning of the Peel's speech, I was a bit worried because I was like, that's going to be a change in the mood, but Mr. Peel ended it well. I picked up a flat rock and tossed it into the water. It sliced the surface 3 times and went to the bottom of the pond. Just like at home. Hurry up, we gotta pack for the flight, my sister said, and walked away. I got up and walked towards her. I guess we will never settle down. We leave again. Leave home again. Even though it has never been home to us. Home is long gone, forever. And we cannot come back, she told me back. "Do you think we will ever find home again?" I asked her. "Maybe I will, but you won't. You will always search for it though." In 2 days, we left Denver and went to Boston. This time, I wasn't even afraid. I just took it as a new stop along the way. In 2022, I left my home in Moscow, embarking on the long journey to the United States. I knew from the beginning, even though I didn't tell that to other people, that I wouldn't return. I left because of the war, political oppression of free speech, and because of my involvement and opposition to both. In Denver, my sister and I stayed with a host family. She focused her energy on getting to college, and I focused on applying for political asylum. With the suggestion from my host dad, I made my way to CU Boulder Law School and asked the professor who taught immigration law if maybe she has an assignment for her students. I was afforded the incredible opportunity to have law students prepare my case pro bono as part of an assignment. Then my sister got into Brandeis, which is like up the road. I'm continuing there as well. I guess it's, family issue. And after losing so much, I decided to go with her, and that's how I made it here. It was random, just a chance. I've been here for 2 years already. It's hard to believe for me, and it feels strange. It does. Was my sister right? She was. That's her annoying quality. However, she was also right not only about me not finding home, but also that I didn't stop looking for it. To be honest, I have a hard time defining what home really means to me. It's not a place and not necessarily a feeling. The closest I can get to it are people. I would say that the people we become connected with, those that we love, are home. It's like looking in a mirror, and instead of your own reflection, you see all the people you love. You can never quite reach it, but you're always moving closer to it. That's what I saw there in Denver, in the pond. My dad came to visit me and my sister at the beginning of this year, and I vividly remember when I told him during a late night walk about how I remember my host family from Denver. And despite all the hard moments we had together, I miss them a lot. I told him that they were good friends and good people. I remember how my classmates from Denver recorded a video for me and told me that they missed me. So I had to skip half of the class because I cried. There are so many incredible people I have met in my life, including my friends from Moscow, my family, the law students at CU Boulder, my friends, my host family in Denver, and I met wonderful people here as well. Many of whom I will remember for a long time, and those with whom I will stay friends, including teachers. When I was asked to give a speech, I tried to remember how my dad responded to me during that walk. I'm not sure that's an actual quote. I actually don't remember what he did, but let's pretend. He told me that despite the fact that I lost the feeling of home as a place, the much more important thing that defines home is the people around you who make this home. I need to create a home by creating a community of people around me. People from different places and circumstances, in different relationships with me, and in different roles. And that was the most important thing that happened to me in my life, was to meet them. I believe that we as a class of 2025, were each able to find our piece of home in this community together. We have to carry this precious fragment and nurture it and build on it and grow this feeling of home in our next steps along the journey. The lessons you have learned here from the relationship you have experienced have given you what you need to cultivate and grow your home. When you expand your home, invite new people, build new walls and new relationships, rely on that foundation, but build upon it. Have it sit underneath firmly. Have it be something so reassuring in your life that you can always come back to it and visit. Thank you.
Thank you, David. To change gears, now for the presentation of awards to those students whose achievement and leadership this school year merit special recognition. These awards fall into 4 different categories. First, the junior prizes voted by the full faculty and staff. Second, distinguished scholars recognizing focused student accomplishments in particular areas of academic study or social justice, and awarded to deserving seniors by departmental faculty. Third, departmental and program awards selected by the teaching faculty. And fourth, senior awards determined by the full faculty and staff of the school. I'll begin our presentation of awards by recognizing the recipients of the 3 junior awards. We ask the recipients to join us on the left side of the dais to receive their award. Nancy S. Emery Award. Established in in memory of Nancy Spooner Emery, this award is given to a member of the junior class whose moral character has made a positive difference in the lives in the school community. Rest Ofalabi. Congratulations. The next 2 junior class awards acknowledge academic achievement and are awarded in conjunction with distinguished universities. The Rensselaer Medal, given to a junior who demonstrates potential for success in a challenging academic setting. This prize is awarded for excellence in advanced mathematics and science, as well as for significant participation in extracurricular activities. Kate Liebenberg. Harvard Book Prize. This prize honors an outstanding student in the rising senior class who combines excellence in scholarship with achievement in other fields. Jiayu Wang. Iris? In keeping with our appreciation for students' individual talents and interests, and to challenge our students to engage deeply in their studies, Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall encourages promising students to pursue recognition as distinguished scholars in STEM, humanities, the arts, world languages, and social justice. These 5 scholarly programs allow students to customize their own programs of study, breadth and depth of experiences as they simultaneously prepare for college and university study. This year, 8 members of the class of 2025 have gained particular concentrated academic distinction in 3 of these 5 areas and are hereby honored for their deep academic engagement. Each will earn a Distinguished Scholar Diploma from Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall that will be presented during tomorrow's commencement exercises. To begin, I will now introduce Dr. Mike Severia, Chair of the Science Department, and Karen Sokolow, Chair of the Mathematics Department, to announce this year's 4 Distinguished Scholars in STEM.
I'm much shorter than everybody else on this stage. The Distinguished Scholar Diploma in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, or STEM, encourages students to explore the connections between the science they learn in the classroom and its application in the wider world. This program requires students to approach the field of STEM through critical thinking and analysis, communication, creativity, and collaboration. To exemplify these requirements, students uphold high academic standards within the classroom and engage in a variety of experiential learning opportunities such as seminars, college programs, and other community enrichment activities. We are very proud of the 4 members receiving this award in STEM: Max Byrne, Grayson Gordon, Camila Lizarbe Olivares, and Xavier Marsh. Max earned the Distinguished Scholars Diploma by exploring both abstract and concrete mathematical fields. A class in deductive reasoning at Harvard gave her insight into the foundational mathematical skills such as proof and logical structures, and practical applications in the form of broader problem-solving techniques and the power of rhetorical language and argument construction. Max also worked with this school exploring the conceptual, practical, and financial feasibility of making Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall a fully accessible and campus. Using research, problem solving, and communication, she continues to work to provide an equitable space for all campus community members. I am proud of what Max has accomplished, and this Distinguished Scholars Diploma is well earned and deserved. Grayson earned the Distinguished Scholars Diploma by engaging in research in the area of archaeogenetics and specifically analyzing the effectiveness of admixture identification software using modern and medieval Ashkenazi Jewish genomes. And if any of you in the audience just thought to yourself, I have no idea what any of that means, you are not alone. By exploring areas of personal interest, Grayson found himself among a very small subset of researchers in the world looking at these types of archaeogenetics. Working with top researchers in the field, he learned how to analyze and debug large data sets and then designed an interactive website to make very, very complex topics very accessible to the wider community. He also worked with South Shore YMCA Family Farm for his community project, learning about drought management, the importance of pruning to mitigate the risk of infection, and soil preparation. And on the surface, these 2 projects could not seem more different, but Grayson approached them both with logic, attention to detail, and the need to communicate complex concepts to peers and supervisors. Grayson should be very proud of what he has accomplished, and his Distinguished Scholar Diploma is well earned and well deserved.
Camilla participated in several experiential projects, such as an epigenetic course at Brown University through their pre-college program, as well as Latinos for Healthcare as part of a Rutgers Hispanic Youth Scholars at Rutgers Medical School. Here, Camilla engaged in collegiate coursework to learn both sides of the medical sciences, from the biological lab work on diseases to the applications of such research through community healthcare facilities. Camilla also volunteered at the Waltham YMCA as a project mentor, supporting a younger student through his science fair project. Camilla has set her future focus on science research and its applications through community services. Well done, Camilla. Xavier participated in year-long work at the New England Aquarium as a climate education intern. Here he studied across multiple different departments to become certified across nearly all galleries at the aquarium, allowing him to speak with visitors and educate them on the animals and how we can all help to protect them. In addition to this, he was a member of the Climate Teams, which is a collaborative outreach effort to meet younger students in their classrooms to provide hands-on experiences to learn about climate change and the impacts our communities can make on the planet. Xavier has set his future to continue with biological research and sharing his passion through community education. Well done, Xavier. So again, congratulations to our STEM Distinguished Scholar Diploma recipients. You have worked hard to earn all these distinctions.
We kindly ask that Max and Grayson remain on the dais as we introduce Dr. Ian McPhail, Chair of the History Department, and Graham Peel, Chair of the English Department, to recognize our two Distinguished Scholars in Humanities.
Hi, everyone. The Distinguished Scholar Program in the Humanities explores the interactivity of human life, the creativity of the human spirit, and the history of humanity as a whole. This year, our two scholars took very different tracks to do that, but did wonderful, creative, fascinating things in their own ways. I'm very excited to present them today with their Distinguished Scholar Diplomas in the Humanities. I'll let Mr. Peel introduce Max first.
Just a little bit about the English Department's Distinguished Scholars Diploma. This encourages students to not only excel in their academic work in English, but also develop their own literary skills of expression and reflection. There are two main forms that this path may take, one of in-depth analysis and criticism of literature, which Max chose, or another is creative writing and original expression. The end product of this endeavor is a portfolio of written work that the student presents and defends as a demonstration of their passion, dedication, and growth as a student of English. Max Byrne is awarded the Distinguished Scholars Diploma for her outstanding work in applying world religion and philosophy to literary analysis. After completing a course at Harvard, she began to integrate her newfound knowledge across disciplines, enriching not only her English work, but her entire academic approach. Max also brought remarkable creativity to her studies by combining her love of baking with character analysis, crafting one of the most original and memorable interpretations of literature that I've ever seen. Well done, Max.
Since before I knew who Grayson was on campus, Grayson has known he was interested in pursuing a Distinguished Scholar Diploma. And he did. Took every step across the course of 4 years into history in a variety of fields, but especially, as mentioned before, in archaeogenetics. I'm not going to try to explain what a haplogroup is, but I am going to say that Grayson's work was truly one of the most interdisciplinary things I've ever seen. It took the genetic pieces, the genetic history, and merged it with the human impact of that diaspora. He wrote a fascinating paper about the divergence of different ethnic and genetic groups across the course of European history in the Middle Ages, excelled in every class in the history department that he took, and has truly, truly earned the recognition today. Congratulations, Grayson. I'd now like to introduce the chair of the Visual and Performing Arts Department, Jamie Palmer Keating, to announce this year's 4 Distinguished Scholars in the Arts.
Good afternoon. I'm going to ask the 4 recipients to come and join me on the dais. So Sarah Antonetti, Comet Laurie, Zoe Theodoro, and Gemma Pike. So come on up. The Distinguished Scholar Diploma in Visual Art was created to inspire young artists to see, reflect upon, and interpret our world in fresh and challenging ways. I believe that the visual arts provide a dynamic and necessary vehicle through which young people can explore their creative identities and help make sense of the world around them. The visual arts also play a role in challenging some of the assumptions from which we operate as a society, and in helping us to look at ourselves and others in new and exciting ways. The students who have earned this diploma have spent their time contemplating how they can use their artistic vision, voice, and skill set to explore these creative identities, but also to give back through the community art component of the diploma. We start with Zoe Theodoro and Comet Laurie, who work together to leave a lasting impression of their artistry here at CHCH through a community mural on the Castillo greenhouse exterior, a project that was created in tandem with their work leading the Environmental Club. As individuals, each student explored their creative interests throughout their time here. Comet took part in theater, music, and visual arts, and in their senior year designed a dynamic final AP portfolio that explored psychological echoes through multimedia. Zoe, a theater performance member, athlete, student leader, and yearbook editor-in-chief, merged her love of found objects in her AP portfolio with her experiences finding ADHD as a superpower. In my 19 years of teaching art, this was the first year I witnessed a student make a squirrel sculpture entirely out of acorns. It was pretty amazing. Sarah Antonetti took on an important task for her community project, working with the town of Walpole to memorialize Roger Turner, a longtime resident of the town and U.S. national champion and 2-time world silver medalist in figure skating, through a portrait painting that now hangs in the Community Ice Skating Center. Arriving late to us, Sarah has been one of those students who made an immediate impact with her creativity in both visual and performing arts. She is certainly a talented artist we wish we could have had for more years as a student at CHCH. Lastly, Gemma Pike excelled in her exploration of the visual arts, earning her DSD with a focus on photography. Throughout her DSD work in the classroom and in her community art show, The Eyes Through Dance, she demonstrated a strong command of her compositional choices, intention in her subject matter, and excellent storytelling through each piece. Gemma uses her talents to inspire wonder and curiosity while also capturing a moment in time. Thank you to all of our visual arts students who spent their time working towards this diploma and engaging in our arts community through this process. We look forward to following your artistic journeys once you step off this campus. All of these students leave CHCH a more beautiful and dynamic place because of their contributions. I hope that their past and future creative endeavors might inspire all of us to find new ways of expressing what is in our hearts and our minds. Speaking on behalf of the Visual and Performing Arts Department, I can say we are all proud of the legacy you are leaving behind as you graduate. Congratulations.
The senior departmental prizes are awarded to seniors for their exceptional work and performance in the academic departments of the school. The English prize acknowledges a senior who has both demonstrated consistent interest and achieved success in all areas of the subject. Walden Clavenna. The Donald Welch Social Studies Prize was named in 2001 to honor Donald Welch, teacher of social studies for 28 years, and is awarded to a senior who has both completed excellent work in social studies and demonstrated genuine interest in the field. Grayson Gordon. The Allen American Studies Prize, given by the Allen family in memory of Neil Woodside Allen, a grandfather of David Allen, class of '93, and Nicholas Allen, class of '95, is awarded to a senior for outstanding achievement and genuine interest in United States history, government, and politics. Zane McConaughey. The Bishens Strackman Economics Prize was established by Andrew A. Bishens, class of 1989, and Daniel A. Strackman, also class of 1989, and is awarded to the senior who has taken economics most to heart, as evidenced by involvement in class discussion, as well as curiosity about and enthusiasm for current events. Jack Logan. The Farnsworth Mathematics Prize is awarded in the name of Ray D. Farnsworth, head of Chapel Hill School, from 1947 to 1961, to a senior who has completed excellent work in mathematics while consistently demonstrating a deep interest in the field. David Eisenberg. The Kurt Science Prize, named for Franklin T. Kurt, goes to a senior who has not only produced excellent work, but also demonstrated a deep and genuine interest in the field of science. Xavier Marsh. The Lewis C. Clapp Science Prize was established in 2001 in the name of Lewis Clapp, Chauncey Hall, class of 1954, and is awarded to a senior with a keen interest in science who, while also demonstrating kindness and concern for others, is curious to learn and enjoys being challenged. Zoe Theodoro. The Paul Economides Prize is named for Paul Economides, French teacher from 1960 to 1989 and Chair Emeritus of the World Language Department, and is given to a senior who has demonstrated consistent interest and skill in a world language. Camila Lizarbe Olivares. Performing Arts Prize is presented to a senior whose creativity, artistic ability, and outstanding work in the performing arts merit special recognition. Scout Lowry. The Visual Arts Prize goes to a member of the graduating class whose creativity, artistic ability, and outstanding work in the visual arts merit special recognition. Comet Laurie. The Jose Rafael Abalida Sportspersonship Awards, established by family and friends in memory of Jose Rafael Abalida, class of 1978, recognizes students who have shown highest degree of citizenship in athletic endeavors. This year's two recipients are Harut Gibson and Xavier Witherspoon. It is now my privilege to present the faculty prizes for seniors as voted upon by the entire faculty and staff of Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall. Surya Kal Singh Khalsa Award. Given in the name of Dr. Surya Kal Singh Khalsa, head of school at Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall from 2002 to 2009, this award is presented to a graduating senior who exemplifies social consciousness, demonstrating outstanding courage, respect, and kindness during their development as a valued member of our school and the community. Xavier Witherspoon. MIT Prize. Awarded to two seniors this year who have realized high academic achievement, this prize recognizes the balancing of a challenging course load and the application of technology in the pursuit of excellence. David Eisenberg and Grayson Gordon. Faculty prizes. Voted on by the faculty, these prizes are awarded to members of the senior class who have been outstanding citizens, contributing significantly to the general well-being and spirit of the school. First, Max Barron. Nate Dodge. Delilah Lopez. Comet Lori. Zane McConaughey. Clara Park. And Gemma Pike. School Spirit Award. This prize recognizes the senior who has consistently demonstrated a positive attitude toward the school. Olivia Oakes. Heads Prize. The Heads Prize honors the senior who has demonstrated and shown the most improvement during their time at CHCH. Olivia Gordon. Worcester Prize, established in memory of Joseph Worcester, who served for many years on the Board of Trustees of Chapel Hill School. This prize is awarded annually to the senior with a high academic record who has most consistently displayed leadership, integrity, personal humility, and service to the school. Camila Lizarbe Olivares. At this time, I'd like to capture a brief but important moment to recognize fierce loyalty and steady longevity to Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall. The following colleagues of mine have completed significant 10-year milestones at CHCH and deserve our collective thanks and appreciation. Please hold your applause until I recognize all 6 are asked to stand for your gratitude, with gifts to follow at a separate recognition ceremony. Completing 5 years, Nikki Turpin. With 10 years of service, Maura Henry and Ian McPhail. With 15 years of dedicated service, Denise Palmer Keating. And surpassing her second decade of faithful commitment, our CFO, Gwen Pajasic. Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall Society Prize. This award honors a current or former member of the faculty or staff and grants membership in the CHCH Society. The award is given to a faculty or staff member for their grateful recognition of devoted service and extraordinary dedication to the students and mission of the school. I'm incredibly pleased to announce this year's recipient, Becca Lacoste. I would now like to invite the chair of the Visual and Performing Arts Department, Jamie Palmer-Keating, as well as this year's publications class, to the dais for the presentation of our 2025 yearbook. Ms. Palmer-Keating?
Hello again. As I invite my publications class to the dais, I just want to say a few nice words about them because they're pretty radical. They were a group of students who came in with no experience having done the yearbook before, but with a real passion for putting together a project that would reflect this entire community in between the pages of two covers that they designed every single step of the way. They were led by their editor-in-chief, Zoe Theodoro, who I will invite to kind of unveil our dedication of the book. But please, from all of us, we thank you as a community for contributing your photos, your faces, in all of the pages of the book. But let's thank this group for putting them all together in a beautiful way this year. Okay, so I will invite Zoe to come up and unveil our dedication.
This year's yearbook team spent a lot of time thinking deeply about how we could make our yearbook exciting and captivating, but also nostalgic and a handmade finished look. Every person in our class put thought into each photograph, sticker, and font used on each page that made our final product truly special. This year, the senior class nominated one faculty member to receive the dedication of the 2025 yearbook. Personally, I am beyond happy with the choice that we made. This teacher had first taught some of us since our first year here, back in the 2021-2022 school year. She helped me practice new skills academically, transition into high school, but also always showed us that she cared deeply about our success, not only in the classroom, but in our own lives. She is always easy to rely on and consistent source of support, always being someone who is easy to reach out to and a constant source of support and love. I will miss getting to see her every day, especially walking her dogs or with baby Kennedy, but I find joy in knowing that all of her students, current and future, are beyond lucky to have her in their lives. The 2025 yearbook is dedicated to Casey American Horse.
To the class of 2025, as soon-to-be graduates of CHCH and our newest alumni, your role in our community will change, but your connection with our community should not. As alumni, you will carry a different set of responsibilities: to stop by campus whenever you can, to keep in touch with your teachers and fellow classmates, to share news of your milestones and accomplishments, to support your alma mater, and to serve as ambassadors of CHCH wherever your travels may take you. At this time, I also wish to briefly recognize and thank the 14 senior members of the National Honor Society for their outstanding leadership, character, and service to the school and the communities around us. Your presence and your presence have benefited all of us and will have a lasting impact for years to come. Moreover, I would be remiss to not thank the entire class of 2025 for their incredible contributions to our athletic, visual and performing arts, and club programs over the years. From the many league championships to leveraging our amazing visual and performing arts spaces on campus, you have left incredible marks all around. With that, I'd like to bring to a close the 2025 Baccalaureate ceremony. Congratulations to all CHCH students and faculty. In particular, kudos to the class of 2025. Have fun at your on-campus block party, and please make good decisions tonight. We look forward to your commencement exercises beginning at 10 a.m. sharp tomorrow. Graduates, again, you should plan to pack the hill by arriving at the Learning Commons no later than 9 a.m. As we conclude the ceremony, I declare seniors first one last time for the purpose of receiving your yearbooks under the guidance of our talented publication staff and Ms. Palmer Keating, who will assist in the distribution and gladly welcome your deserved praise. With that, I thank you for attending and ask that you join me in one last round of applause for our soon-to-be graduates, the members of the class of 2025! Seniors first.